Hey cycling community, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. I'm back in the garage talking because the fetching Mrs. Cycling Greek is inside feeding the dogs, and those guys can be these noisy little suckers. So, last couple weeks have been quite eventful for me. It started with a couple weekends ago where I did my second weekend of riding both Saturday and Sunday, doing training on those days. And I was feeling strong enough, my heart was pretty quiet, and I figured, okay, I can go ahead and do this. The next morning I woke up starting to go into AFIB. So I took a couple of calcium channel blockers, and an hour later, my heart was fine. And now on that day, I was actually preparing for an old guy diagnostic procedure that was going to be happening the next day that involves a periscope. A lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. So I did that on Monday, had the procedure on Tuesday, and I figured the next couple of days I would just rest and go easy, so I didn't do anything Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I did a 90 minutes, 2-hour ride after work. Nice and easy was the intent, and I had one of my teammates go with me, and I let him know what I was doing and why I was doing, and then I spent the next 2 hours on his wheel because he was going a lot faster. But I could have gotten off his wheel, but I stayed on his wheel. So I got in after that ride, and I'm thinking, man, I hope I don't wake up AFIB. But I was fine. I was fine. And that weekend, the ride that I did was nowhere near as intense, and all was good. So the next week, which is this last week, I'm in the gym like I am a couple days a week, 2 or 3 times a week, it depends. And I'm working on pulls on Wednesday, and so I decided to actually start working on my legs again because I hadn't done that for a few weeks. And so I started with Belgian squats, and just no weights. Belgian squats are squatting with one leg at a time. I would use no weight, and then I worked up to 10 pounds with each hand holding it. I was doing it, and everything seemed fine. And I went on a ride Thursday, the next day, and I could feel it a bit. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I should be fine for Saturday, because Saturday I was going out with another teammate, and who's a stronger climber than I am right now, and to test myself on this 8-mile climb. But we started the climb, as you'll see, and soon into the climb, I knew that my legs had not recovered from the lifting I did on Wednesday, so I knew I just didn't have it. So I just kept it steady, and I finished like 8 minutes behind him. No, I finished like 5 minutes behind him, and he did a real good time, and I was surprised with the time that I did, considering. When I did my all-out effort on this climb about 6 weeks ago, I was going like 95%, and then I finished at just under 54 minutes, and then today was more comfortable at 85%, and I finished at just under 53 minutes. So there's still hope for me for that uphill time trial that's going to happen in a few weeks from now. So that was Saturday, and it's kind of a 3-day weekend. Not everybody has Monday off, Veterans Day off, but I did, and so a number of us went on a bike ride. Had a little bit of climbing in it, maybe 2,000 feet total, but I wanted to test myself on this one climb since I didn't have a chance to test it with my other teammate. And one of the strongest people on the ride was this Cat 2 female named Summer, and I was glad to be on her wheel at the top, barely hanging on. So back to normal. You know, I checked my heart rate, and it's just nice and steady. So that's good. I'm sticking with the 3 days a week of riding. Well, I hope you got something out of this video, especially for those of you that have AFIB or have risk of AFIB and are still training, kind of like what I am. Not everybody has the same triggers. You have to find out what your limits are, and then you still have to be careful because scar tissue is in your heart to stay. What you don't want to do is create more scar tissue and create more problems. Okay, comment, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so whenever I put a video on, then you go, hey, look, a video from the Cycling Greek. The Cycling Greek.